This is international news by now. This is a big thing. Again, racism shows its ugly face. In this case, the football match between Real Madrid and Benfica. Obviously, what happened was there's a situation of which, Real Madrid played their Champions League knockout game against Benfica, which was halted for 10 minutes after Vinicius Jnr., that's one of Real Madrid's star players, refused to play on after facing racist comments, allegedly, by Benfica's Gianluca Prestiani, okay? So as we know, we've all seen what's happened there. Prestiani had his hand over his mouth, and it's alleged that he called Vinicius Jr. a monkey 5 times, okay? And now he's trying to play it off, saying, firstly, he denied what he said. Then he's trying to say it was a homophobic slur, not a racial one. So obviously changed the angle. Then you've got Mourinho, of all people, who should know better. He's coming out saying that, Benfica's star player was a black man, i.e. Eusebio, from the 50s and 60s. But that doesn't make a difference, okay? So basically, Vinicius Jr. had just given Real Madrid the lead. He was celebrating in front of Benfica fans, the opposition, when he was booked. Then he was confronted by Prestiani, who pulled his shirt over his mouth and said something obviously racial to the Madrid forward. Vinicius Jr. ran to speak to the match referee, who immediately stopped the game. Okay. So from there, Vinicius Jr. walked off the pitch, after allegedly being racially abused. That occurred. The Real Madrid players said it was Prestiani, and from there it all started kicking off to what we have now. And then we have big footballers and managers coming out saying certain things. For example, Trent Alexander-Arnold has come out and said that the incident is a disgrace. Kylian Mbappe, both teammates of Vinicius Jr. Mbappe said that he heard what the Benfica player called Vinicius Jr. So he said he heard it. And interestingly, as I've said, Mourinho has criticised Vinicius Jr., saying he provoked it with his goal celebration. You know what I mean? But what we have here is people saying no. They're saying that the Benfica player was being racist. So it's all kicking off. And the player himself, Prestiani, released a statement saying that he did not direct racial insults or abuse at Vinicius Jr. He said he's been regrettably misunderstood, quote, with regards to what he thought he heard. Okay? That's all being looked into. And again, what we have here is a situation of racism coming out. The bottom line is, I think he said it. He said it, yeah. He had his shirt over his mouth, and he called him a monkey 5 times. Because he knows that Vinicius Jr. would react, because he's done so before, and like he did now. So it is what it is. And the fact that Mourinho has come out and said, listen, Benfica, our greatest ever player was a black man, that means nothing. Why? Because really and truly, it was an Argentinian player that said it. Yes, it was Benfica team, but it was an Argentina player being racist. And as we know, Argentinians really don't have time for people of colour like that, And interestingly, it's funny. Mourinho's a funny one, When that thing kicked off with Anton Ferdinand and John Terry, if you remember, I know Mourinho wasn't at the club at the time, but again, he defended John Terry, because obviously he was his former manager. He said, no, he's not a racist. So in both cases, there's a strong likelihood that what was said was racist. But you got this manager here coming out saying no, it wasn't. Of course, he's got to defend. He's going to defend John Terry as his former captain. Of course, he's going to defend his present player. But at the same time, you know what I mean? It's the flippancy of how he's saying it, you know, and defending what is such a serious injustice, which is racism. The thing here is, such people don't see it as that. They reduce it to name calling. But hey, another conversation. We'll see how this ends up. This is quite interesting. I'd like to see the outcome of this and see if Prestiani is punished for this and how severe the punishment is. All right, then later.